Y'all, I went away for a few days and I came back to this. Hello again, and welcome back to Kim's Cozy Corner. I'm Kim, and I wanted to share with you some things that I found in my indoor grow space. Now, I went away for about 9 days. Yes, it was 9 days. So this video is coming 9 days after the video where I harvested a ton of lettuce. And I went away and I tried to set my indoor grow space that I have all around me here up for success. And some things were successful and others not so much. So let me share with you this amazing growth in some areas and what didn't do so well. And the things that I put in place to try to make sure that my indoor grow space would be successful while I was gone. So let's start with the lighting. In my indoor grow space, I have a ton of lighting. Now, I try to put my lights over the areas where I'm actually growing things. So I have lights over the green stalks here. And then I have lights over the potatoes that are behind me. And I have lights on this shelf here for my young seedlings. And my lights are on timers. They come on and they stay on for about 14 hours. I believe is what the timer is set for. And then they go off and then they come back on. The same thing's true for my circulation. So I have some little baby fans here. I have two of these, and then I have a larger fan here that are plugged into that same timer. So they come on and they stay on all day. And then at night, everything turns off and everything sits in the dark without any air circulation. And this is the way I've set my indoor grow space up now for, this is my second season in my tented area. And it has worked well when I'm traveling, and I do travel a lot. So making sure that the lighting can manage itself is very important to me. And so the lighting, I think, did an amazing job. This green stalk beside me, y'all, 9 days ago, I had no germination. These are beans that germinated while I was gone. And imagine if I didn't have lights on while I was gone, then they would be long and leggy. So having those lights automatically turn on kept them from being too leggy. So I have beans that have germinated while I was gone. This lettuce has continued to thrive. This though, look at this. This is beautiful. But y'all, I still got a ton of lettuce in the refrigerator that we need to eat, but I haven't been home to eat it, but a ton of lettuce. And look, here's some more beans. These are green beans. And the bok choy has come in, is nice and green and is healthy. Now this lettuce, look at this one. Now, I didn't even notice this until just now. This lettuce right here is not happy. It has a long stem going up the middle and is starting to flower or is starting to bolt. That means it wants to produce seeds because it thinks it's at the end of its life. And so, okay, one lettuce plant that bolted. Everything else looks good. Now we'll talk about this top layer in a minute, but behind me though, let's talk about this stuff behind me. In this pot here, y'all see this pot? These are potatoes. They had not broke ground when I left 9 days ago. And not only did they break ground, but they have like almost 8 to 10 inches on them. So they must have been ready to break ground right before I left. So they're looking good. And these are my cucumbers that died. I planted some more. They came up. They're looking good. They're healthy. Now, I moved their location just to make sure that they got plenty of light while I was gone, and they like this location. Look at that. They are healthy. So we will see if we'll get some cucumbers. But y'all, look at that. Y'all see those potatoes? Y'all, I didn't know those potato plants were going to get that big. Let's see if I can back up enough so you can see them. So I expected them to get to about right here, but they're all the way up to the next level, which I don't have room for them to grow that high. I need that shelf for my young seedlings here in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully they are done growing leaves and they're ready to start putting on potatoes. Now, you know your plant is putting on potatoes when you see blooms. And this is getting ready to bloom right here. So that means there are potatoes down there. Now, you can have potatoes without blooms, but if you have blooms, you're definitely having potatoes. Now, they need a little water because they didn't get watered for 9 days. So they do need a little more water to get healthy. I had an extra light. See that light right there? I put that extra light right there over that blue bin. And in that blue bin, we have beans, y'all. Now, I initially planted jade beans in this bin, and they didn't come up. The seeds, not one seed germinated. So I replaced those beans with a different type of bean. And while I was gone in 9 days, look at that, they germinated. I have, I believe, 9 plants that came up. 8 plants that came up, they germinated. And again, if I didn't have that light right there on them, they wouldn't have been very happy. So making sure my lighting was correct was so important. Now, right before I left to go on my trip, I cut this whole top row, this whole top layer out. All of these lettuce plants were cut 9 days ago. And look, these are already coming back. Even the Pablo is coming back. Now, the Pablo was a heading lettuce, and it's coming back. Now, I don't think I'll get another head out of this, but I could always eat the leaves. Now, behind it here, I do have leaves that are composting, so that's why they're back there. Here's another plant that's coming back. This one not only came back, now I've harvested from here 3 times now. And now it looks like it wants to bolt because it's coming straight up and it's probably going to start to try to flower. So we will get that one out of here and get some new plants in this top tier. Now, I said get some new plants in that top tier, but y'all, my seedlings didn't do well while I was gone. My lettuce seedlings, they went belly up because they're in such small cells. They needed water. And 9 days without being watered and air circulating through this grow tent, and it's warm in here. I mean, it has to be every bit 80 degrees inside this grow tent. So no water, small cells, they dry completely out. And they're not coming back this time, y'all. Let me show them to you. I guess if I work hard enough, I can kill those lettuce plants. So all of these plants are dead. They're toast. They're done. But the pepper plants, they hung on. They hung on. I made sure I watered those pepper plants and the lettuce, as far as that goes, really, really well right before I left. And all of those pepper plants are still thriving. They did not go belly up on me like all of this lettuce. Now, this lettuce has been in these cells for way too long. So I guess they said, if I'm not interested, they're going to just go bye-bye. So we will definitely need to plant more lettuce because I have nothing to succession plan from a lettuce standpoint. Now, I have plenty of lettuce, don't get me wrong. Look at all this lettuce behind me here. And then let me show you the one other area, and that's the hydroponics. Let's go over there next. So 9 days ago, I cut all of this lettuce all the way back. There was nothing left of this lettuce. I chopped them all the way down as low as you can go within a couple of inches. And I have new lettuce coming back on, and y'all, the slow boat, again, is just doing amazing. The slow boat is super happy. This is the ruby red. It's coming back quickly as well. So we have plenty of lettuce, lots and lots of lettuce. And y'all, look at this tomato plant. Look at it. This hydroponic system is doing really, really well. Now, this is a tiny Tim, and it's almost to the full height, I believe, that it's going to get. And I believe it's going to start putting flowers on here in the next week or so. Back here, this other tomato plant was like less than a ½ inch tall, and now it's happy. And I believe this is an orange hat. It only gets about 8 inches tall, so it's doing its thing. And then back here, this is my pepper plant. It's a golden honey, and I cut the top off of that plant. So let's see if I can show you this. I cut the top off of this plant so that it can get bushier. In order for that plant to get bushier, you cut the top out, and it stimulates growth in the armpits, if you want to call it that, of that first set of true leaves. So I'm going to try to point to it right there. And there are leaves coming on right there. So even the hydroponic system is happy. So as I think about how much I travel and the best way to leave my indoor grow space as well as my outdoor grow space when I'm outside, so that I'm still set up for success. Now, this hydroponic system, this light also comes on and goes off automatically every day. So I didn't have to worry about light for this. And it has a reservoir full of water. So I made sure it was completely full before I left for my trip. And when I came back, and there's still plenty of water in there, so the hydroponic system can handle a 10-day vacation. When I know I'm going to be home, I keep this side door closed on my grow tent. But I knew I wasn't going to be home, so I wasn't going to be able to rotate my green stalks around so that all of the sides could get access to the light. So I opened this door, because there's doors on two adjacent sides. And I opened this door all the way up, and I added an additional light right here so that it can shine in on the back side of this green stalk to make sure that the back side gets light, since I can't rotate it around. And let's talk about this back green stalk. We didn't talk about this one, y'all. Look at these blooms. Look at it. Y'all, look at it. We will have tomatoes here very, very soon in this pocket. So there are blooms on that one. There are blooms on this one as well. Y'all, these were on life support 2 weeks ago. Now they're green and they're healthy again. The pepper plants are doing well. I mean, there are blooms everywhere. Now, I wasn't really trying to grow peppers, but blooms are everywhere on the pepper plants as well. So all in all, I think we did okay. We did okay. The majority, I would just say, honestly, this was a win. This was a success. I didn't lose any of the current vegetables that I'm growing right now for my family to enjoy. And as a matter of fact, they're flourishing. They're doing amazing. Y'all, this is my best indoor growing season yet. Now, these seedlings behind me, these lettuce plants, they're not happy, y'all. They're not happy. I like it when my plants are happy, and these are not happy at all. So the one thing we're still going to have to try to figure out is how to ensure that my seedlings are getting plenty of water when I'm traveling and I'm out of town. We know 9 days is too many. So we got to find a better way to ensure that my young seedlings are continuing to be watered as needed when I'm traveling, because we're getting ready to start planting a ton of seeds. And I travel a lot, so I don't want to lose those seeds with my travel schedule. Now, whatever happened and went on with these peppers, because the peppers are happy, I need to figure it out and make sure that all the rest of my seedlings can be just as happy. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, give me a thumbs up and come back and join me again at Kim's Cozy Corner. I will keep these videos coming. I want to keep sharing with you how my indoor grow space is doing, because it's doing amazing. And we're getting ready to get busy, y'all, because we got to get those seedlings planted for this upcoming season. And I want you to come along and plant with me. So until next time, and as I always say, I hope there will be a next time at Kim's Cozy Corner. Bye.